we're going to look at what appears to be an error in Infor calculating fees on the solid waste haulers licenses or permit, these TRS permits here. So, and I'll show you, so initially I'll show you how you see the problem, and then we'll look at how to fix it. So if you're here on their initial page, I went from here on the lookup screen for these TRS permits, clicked on this one, which takes you here. And then first you'll look at fees, and you'll notice, for this year the fee was $25. So you'll notice that these are just for individual units or vehicles, and there are 4 of them. So it charged for 4 vehicle inspections. And one of the other things you'll notice is that over here in the comments, it'll put whatever you enter into the license plate number column, which we'll look at here in a minute. So sometimes, we kind of were like, well, the license plate number doesn't matter. So I was just putting yes for they had a license plate. And then this one I actually entered the license plate number on. So this actually is telling me which truck they paid a fee for. So, but the main point is you see 4 right here. So if you go to license details here, come down to truck list, which is where we enter the data for each vehicle's inspection. I think that was the same thing. We'll close out of one of these just to keep it clean. These work like tabs up here on your just like any internet browser. Okay, so you're in here, and this is showing their truck inventory, and it shows that we have actually done 5 truck inspections that have passed. Right? They should be charged for any vehicle inspection that has failed or any vehicle inspection that has passed. And so for some reason there's 5 vehicles they should be charged for, but they were only charged for 4 of them. And what happened was I had to ask information systems about this, and I'll bring this email over so you can pause it and read it if you need to. But here, Rich Kinahan, who is the guy who I've worked with the most to design most of this stuff, he explains that if the result is changed here, if you change the result from nothing to pass, but the status isn't inactive, if the status down here read inactive or was blank, and then before I put this in here, it won't add the fee. So he says if you find one with a missing fee, you can trigger fee add by making sure the row status is active. So make sure this is marked active first, then change the result to something else, and then back again. So initially the thing that you want to do is before you ever result a vehicle, go ahead and make sure that it's inactive. If it's going to be something you fail or something you pass, right? If you're going to fail it or you're going to pass it, make sure you put it inactive first, and then it'll always catch the fee. It should. So what's happened here is, based on when I was looking over here a while ago, I can tell that each of these vehicles has an inspection. And thankfully, there's only one vehicle here that doesn't match that on these active ones, and that's this guy right here, right? So what this tells me is I resulted this as pass when the status did not read active. So what Rich is telling me to do is to change this result to something else, save it, then change it back to pass, and save it again, and it should charge a fee. So let's see if that works. So come up, like making any edits to this table, you come up here to the pencil, click on that, and then click where you want to edit. And I'm just going to hit delete, hit search. If you don't, it'll just search for the word that's in there and only show you pass. If you clear it, it'll show you all the available options. Now let's hit uninspect, because if you hit fail, it's going to create another row for that vehicle. So let's just hit uninspect, hit select, and then you have to click off of it for the change to register, for your approval, your grid approval box to show up. Approve your grid change. Now come back in here, delete it, and type in what you want if you know how the code appears, which we do here. Click back off so that your grid change reappears. Hit approve, and then hit save. And you could also just hit save and close. So let's go out now and see if that works. And I noticed it was doing this. Okay, so I did this earlier for a different company. So now they should only be owed $25, right? But now it charges them for two vehicle inspections for some reason. It's like it's catching up, both for the same vehicle. You can tell that by the license plate. So I would say we should probably be entering the license plate. Um, so what you want to do, and you can do this without messing anything up. Don't ever refund fees. Don't ever try and refund fees on here. That doesn't work. You need to go through Diana or one of the administrative assistant for that if fees need to be refunded. It's a big mess if you actually do this on here, and she gets really unhappy. So, but to waive a fee, you can go ahead and do that. Just click on waive fees. I just need to waive one of these. I'm not going to worry about this one. It doesn't really think they owe it. And then I'm just going to explain in here that this is a duplicate fee charge. And I'd like to put what truck it's for. It is for the 2021 Isuzu. Okay. So you always need to put the justification in there because waiving a fee is a big deal. Then go ahead and waive it, and then now it'll show that they owe $25. So that's how you correct that issue and pretty much everything you need to know that goes into that.